All right, here's the Nearpod app. I'm going to open that. You might be prompted to sign in or create an account. I'm going to go ahead and create a new Nearpod, which is going to take me over to Safari because you can't create new Nearpods within the app on the iPad. I already have a PowerPoint or PDF that I would like to use as my foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Upload Files. And I can either browse to Google Drive or I can just browse to a file that's on my iPad. I'm going to choose this. I'm going to choose Browse. And from here, I'm actually going to browse to my Google Drive from the iPad. And here I am. I'm going to choose this Back to School presentation just because it's there and it's easy. Depending on how large your file is, it could take a while. I'm going to choose individual slides because I would like them to have their own slide when I bring them in. So again, if you have a very long, very large presentation, it will take a couple minutes for it to be imported so that you can use it as your foundation, basically. I can see that mine is working. It's processing. Once it's done processing, all of the slides will appear. I am going to go ahead and just move on rather than waiting. Let's just say I'd like to, number one, let's name my Nearpod. Oh, there you go. All my slides just showed up. Great. Still processing now. I'm going to go ahead and name my Nearpod. Nearpod 1. Now, I might want to add some kind of fun slide in here. If I choose Add Slide, I've got lots of different options here. I'm going to say Add an activity. I can add an open-ended question, a quiz, a flip grid. I've got all of these options. I'm going to just choose a poll. All right. So here's the poll. What is your favorite sport? And then I'm going to give them an option of basketball or golf. And I could go ahead and add a timer in here, or I can add a picture or some other file in here for reference if I needed to. It could be probably an audio. Yeah, it could be audio or video or an image, anything like that. It might be work well for languages. All right, and then I'll hit save. So I have an activity slide, which may have been added at the bottom here. Right? So if I want to move it somewhere else in my slide, I just move it to where I want it, which is great. And now let's see, I'm going to choose add a slide again. I'm going to add content this time. And maybe I would like to choose a Nearpod 3D. All right, this time I want to show the cardiovascular system. I'm going to go ahead and choose that one and hit done. And again, it adds it at the bottom of the list. And I can move that up somewhere else in my Nearpod. All right, let's try one more, add a slide. I'm going to say add content again. Let's see what my other options are. Graphing calculator, video, slideshow. So I could put a series of images in here. I could put video in or I could put audio in. Maybe if I do some audio right here, oh, I'd have to browse to my audio file, which I don't have available at this point in time. So I'm going to move on and I'm just going to go ahead and hit save at this point in time. We'll call it, I'm using this for PD and it doesn't pertain to any particular subject. I'm going to save and exit. All right, so now it's telling me I can go back to my Nearpod app. All right, opening my library. Okay, and here is my Nearpod 1 right here. You can see I was playing around before. Here is the one that we just created. If I click on that, it gives me the option to start a student-paced lesson or a live lesson. If I'm in class, I certainly do a live lesson. If I'm doing a student-paced lesson, I can click on that and it will give me a code. This is the code that I will give to the students so that they can open Nearpod and plug in the code and watch my presentation. So if I choose the preview here just to see what it looks like, it will take me through all of this. Here's the 3D image of the cardiovascular system. Here's more of my slides that I already had available. Here's the poll that they're going to be asked to answer. All right, and then they move on. It's pretty simple, and it's a nice, engaging way to take content that you already have and spice it up for the kids. And when you're done, you will get sample reports or an actual report of who logged in, finished the Nearpod, and answered all of the questions, and you will get their results. Let's see if I come back over here. There are my reports down here at the bottom. Again, so this wants to direct me back to Safari, which is fine. And now here are a list of all the reports for the Nearpods that I have given in the past. Okay. Happy Nearpod.